This keeps happening. Why? All right, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of FTB Skies, where I accidentally broke a lot of the sugarcane, but I think it's time for all that sugarcane to come down. Also, it's been a little bit. I had a few incidences with fire and left this ash here, which is always kind of interesting. And if you look at this, I actually almost have a full thing of this. Really, this isn't that bad of a situation. At least we'll have plenty of lava, but it's not going to be a permanent solution for lava because we have a lot of different choices. So also in between episodes, I did make a thing. Basically, I just made a small, well, not small, but a fairly large area over here. And this is going to be where we're going to get a lot of the main resources. This is going to be the resource production area. We are going to make it kind of like that, but right at that time I had a lot of stone, so I did that. Basically, we're going to have to go through all these, and I believe we're going to go through the sifting process, which would be the easiest. So I'm going to have to make up quite a few of those sifting mechanisms, and yeah, we're going to start moving things over. And I want to try all this with pedestals because they are seriously OP. Also, if we remember right, I had the nether brick, which we made netherrack, so we're gonna get that going. And yeah, I want to hopefully get that set up real quick, and a few other things. Let me go ahead, and we're gonna have to cut off for a moment and start getting more of these sifters. And I'm thinking 3 per. Now, one thing we do actually have to keep in mind, if I can quickly grab one of these. This is the andesite one. When we upgrade this, which we might want to do that today with a new mesh, which is going to be the mana steel mesh. Yeah. So, and this can do a lot more things. So I'm going to get this stuff ready, and we're going to do probably like this, but we're going to also have to get a little bit more into create and start getting power and everything. So let me grab everything I'm going to need for quite a few of these things, and we'll get started. All right. I was actually thinking about it. If we're going to go mana steel, we're going to need to get a little bit of Botania before we get started on that. Since we're going to go to the mana steel one, we're going to have to get a little bit of Botania going, which is a fun mod. I always like Botania. It has a lot of little fun nuances. Since we have a bit of lapis and a bit of bone meal, we can actually get started with that pretty easy. Let me get a few things around and sleep through this night, and we will be back in just a moment to start on this. All right, everybody. I guess in between, whenever I was breaking some flowers, I got one of these. No, it was from one of the bees. That's what it was. Because we got one of those, we actually completed a few quests in Botania. Well, one at least. When we get a little bit of floral fertilizer and a floral obedience stick, which is that's different. I don't know exactly what that goes to. So let's go ahead and use some of theirs, and the recipe is pretty easy. It's just any dye with a little bit of bone meal and get you a couple. So we can quickly just, oh, okay. So it works anywhere. So I don't have to worry about it being on grass. Sweet. One thing I would love to have was a floral pouch, but I'm gonna have to make enough of these that I can have at least a few of each color. And I think we're missing the one that I need. Yeah, I need the white ones. So I'm gonna make up quite a bit more, and we're gonna get a lot of them. All right, everybody. We got quite a bit. We got every single color, so that's what we're needing. I always like to have a few extras for other things, but first off, we're gonna get a quick petal apothecary. There we go. That is gonna be your basic like crafting stuff. So there we go. That one's done. So that's how we're going to start making things. I think I do have a little bit of seeds in here, not very many. We're gonna have to get like a wheat farm up and going. And I saw in the quest that it actually gave us some, so I'm not too worried about them. But at least now I'll have seeds. So real quick, grab our seeds. We have a tiny potato and a white shimmering mushroom, which is interesting. I don't know if I can actually do anything interesting with this. We gotta find a place for a potato. There we go. and now he dances. We got rock buddy and a potato. So with those two things, let's go ahead and I'll show you the recipes and I'll get a couple of these made. I've made them quite a few times in the past, but they're going to be 2 brown. Let me make one actually on camera, and then we will do the rest. So basically all you're going to need is a bucket of water in here, and it was 2 browns and a gray and a red. So what we can do is actually pretty simple. You just have to toss these in. So it was 2 browns, a gray, and a red, and you should get this little symbol. And when you do, you can just throw a seed in there, and look at that. Now, one cool thing is if you just made it, if you put it like it says, a right click with an empty hand, we'll add the last recipe. There we go. Now we got 2 of them. But I need to get the starter flour, which is going to be the pure daisy, and that's just real quick, easy. It's just 4 whites. I was wanting to show something with it real quick. So if you don't want to waste them, you can actually plant them back down like this and use a little bit of bone meal, and you get these tall variants. These actually give you 4 instead of 2. The smaller ones give you 2. So, and of course that went in my pouch. But yeah, so now we got these, and we can make these into those. And there we go. We can get 2 of those real quick. So I'm going to do that real quick. And there we go. And when we come back, I'm having something a little set up. All right, everybody. Pure daisy is kind of like the backbone of everything. Basically, all we have to do is place either stone or wood all around this, and eventually it will change into its counterpart, which I did not want that to happen, but well, it's fine. And we'll give it a minute, and it should come back. And I'm gonna make a stack of each of these. It's gonna take me a minute to get all this done, because of like it takes a minute, and I believe it's like 90 seconds for all this to change over. And we don't have time in the bottle anymore. We do have a temporal pouch, but I don't have any eyes or ender pearls, so that's a little bit of an issue. Apparently it's raining, so I'll come back whenever I get all this done, or at least show you guys whenever it transforms, and then go back. All right, there we go. And we'll do it in the order that you placed it down. So this is gonna be the next thing. There you go. See, and really it's pretty easy. Actually, we don't even need to do a stack. I can just place these as I go, and we'll worry about it in a little bit. So now we can double up on what we're doing. Anyways, it wants us to make a wand of the forest, which pretty easy, and also a maniple and a mana spreader. So let me get that stuff ready, and we're gonna get a little bit more of this, and I'll show you guys how to have the basic mana set up, but then we're gonna have to think about how much mana we're gonna need to make that many meshes. It's gonna be quite a bit, so let me come back in a minute when I got enough stuff. All right, I think we got everything we need. The wand, pretty simple. We got to pick which flower we want to use, because it does kind of change how things are. I think I'm gonna go with a mystic blue and a mystic purple, and this is kind of like the I guess a wrench or something like that of the mod, but it's the easiest thing I know of to get a hold of. Ooh, Monastery monocle. That's actually kind of useful. And then just wants us to make a quick living pool and a mana pool and a quick mana spreader, which we have plenty of gold. All right, just like that. We do not want to use that. I might have a use for those later. I don't know. And we got our mana spreader. So this is gonna be real simple. Let me clean up this mess. Pick up these. Luckily, when you break them, you still get them back. So what we want to do is have a mana pool here, and I guess we can just set this like this. I set it where it's actually pointed at. If you ever have an issue with that, you can just go like this and right click it, and you see how it adjusted itself to make up for that. And now if we place one of these and go over it, you see it's linked to this one. Now if you don't have that there and it's not, you can just simply do like this and that, and it links to it. And that's how it's going to spread its flame or its mana into here, and it's going to get shot in there. So let's grab a little bit of coal, which I think I have some, and this is all we have to do. There we go. And There we go. Now we got our first little bit of mana. Now it's going to take a little bit because we're going to need a lot of these. So let's go ahead and cut for a minute. I'm going to try and make a few more endo flames, and we're going to try and amp this up a little bit. This keeps happening. Why? Why? Charm of sinking. Where did they go? The wearer can move freely in water. Okay. But why? I sped this up quite a bit. Yeah, we're getting it in pretty fast now. Almost enough to make 24 more of these. So that's going to be quite a bit. Like I said, I was just random. I was just over here trying to mind my own business, get the stone out I needed, and I got attacked. So I'll be back in just a second after I calm my heart a little bit. All right. I think we have enough to make 28 mana ingots. So drop them in. Yeah, we actually had plenty. You know what? Actually, I want something else too. Let's go ahead and grab one extra. They finally died down. And I want to make a magnet real quick. So there we go. We're going to ring of magnetization. And the only thing else we might need would be a tablet, which is always good to have just because it can store a little bit of mana on it. It should be all we need. And I don't know if it actually takes oh, it does not take mana. Okay, so we do not need the mana tablet right now. But you see, this is going to make things a lot easier. And wow, that is awfully loud. And that is a lot of sugarcane. So let me break all this stuff down, and I still might make a mana tablet just to pick up some of that, because that's not going to be its permanent home. But let me go ahead and actually, before we cut away, that should be all we need to make, well, 16 of them. Nice. There we go. That should be all of them. And now we can start moving this stuff over there. Yeah. So let me come back in just a moment and we'll get everything kind of situated. The mana tablet is relatively easy. Actually, I probably should show you this before we walk away. If you throw it in here, you see there is a mode on it. And right now it's setting to pull. And we shift right click and it starts going out of the pull into the mana tablet. So in just a moment, the mana tablet's going to be empty. And there we go. We have it on us. Now, I'm not going to use this right now, but it's good to have. So let me come back in a moment and we will get really started on everything else. So, and I can clear out all these sugarcane finally. All right, everybody. So we got everything kind of set up. I decided to do it like this. Don't ask me why. I don't even know. But, with all this kind of set up, all I have to do is get all these water wheels down below it, and there's going to be a little bit of an issue with that. I have no floor, and I actually do have an idea, and that's going to be the building gadget. And it looks like we can craft it. We just need a way to power it, and I don't know any quick generators. All right, the only one I could really come up with that would be real easy for us to set up would be a Stirling dynamo, and that's going to need that, but we can't really power things from it, so we're going to need a Tinker's workbench, which you can charge with. So let me grab all the stuff that we are going to need, and it shouldn't take me too long to get all that because we do actually have a decent amount of materials over here, mainly redstone, which I don't know if I picked up yet. Nope, I have not. I knew I was holding off on that. Oh no, this requires cure rubber. Okay. We might have to skip the battery because I am not going through that rickroll of stuff. So it's pretty easy. So let me get a few things made, and just like that. And we have the building gadget, which hopefully I can put in here to charge. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna let this thing charge up, and we got another stick, bone stick, cumber branch. Okay. I've just been throwing them all in there. So let me let this charge up for a little bit. It's gonna take a while. You know, I completely forgot that Direwolf 20 actually made a charging station just for this situation. So, pull this out. It only got 72 in there. Not the best in the world, but I think this is a lot faster. Material generators from pedestals. There we go. We got the name. And yeah, since I got all that lava, might as well put it to use. And yeah, so I'm going to need a few of them. About 7, I think. 8, somewhere around there. So I just need, actually, I have the right amount. So, one other thing we want to get is with this if we look in here, that we can also generate sand. Yeah, we have to have chiseled sandstone underneath, which is not that bad. So the only one we're going to have issues with is dust, which I actually have a way around it, and that's going to be a hammer. And I think we can actually go pretty high into this. And this automatically crushes things down. So we just need to go from sand to dust. And that should have everything kind of covered. So yeah, so I don't have to worry about the lava. This thing should almost be charged already. It's pretty close. And there we go. Completely charged. And what this does is if I want to build out of, what do I have on me? Cobblestone. I can do like that. And yeah, so it's pretty quick and easy to build areas underneath with it. So that's gonna be the easiest thing for me to do. Let me go ahead and get like little areas built for that underneath. This is getting to be a little bit of an annoyance. Yeah, try to run away. Nope, no. All right, everybody. Just a quick recap of what I've been up to. It's a little noisy down here. But yeah, I got everything kind of set up. The only thing we don't have are the last, I believe it's 2 that we need. All these are set up that has gravel. This is sand, and this is being converted into dust. Apparently, it's actually faster than the tool, so that is not a good thing. But we are building up a little bit of a backlog on it, and this one over here is netherrack done the same way. So what I'm doing is it's generating it, putting it in here, and no, putting it in here, and then it's being crushed, and they get crushed netherrack, and it's being sent up to the top. Now up here, you notice they're a little bit higher than what I originally planned, but the reason for that is because I want to be able to belt these around and kind of move things to where I need them. So that's going to be an interesting challenge right there. And right now we're going to have to hold off on anything else because the simple fact I have no way of distributing the items properly. And we're going to have to come up with a design in this. So I'm going to actually wrap it up here today. The video is getting a little long and I want to try and keep my videos shorter. Hopefully this works. We're going to wrap it up here. We got the all these producing. We're going to have to waterlog one of these, which is going to be interesting. And then we're going to have like a little building for this. And I'm planning on kind of copying this right here down below. And we're going to basically have islands everywhere. But with these islands, we're going to also have things underneath. Let's go ahead and wrap it up here today. Hopefully you guys had a good day and hopefully you had a good time watching this. If you like the content, don't forget, if you made it this far, thumbs up to you. You're awesome. And until next time, this is EnigmaCraft86 and take it easy. Later, everybody.